Happy New Year, everybody, and welcome to another StarCraft 2 cast by Glitch. Spawning in the top right position as the blue Protoss, playing from Team Liquid, we have Tyler. His opponent today spawning in the bottom left position as the red Protoss, playing from Team FnaticMSiTTI, we have TT1. Today, we are taking a look at games from the Team Liquid crew. All the games that I looked at today were played on ladder, and all can be found at teamliquid.net. They released a replay pack right before Christmas of a bunch of ladder games from all of the Team Liquid crew, so definitely go check those out if you want to see some players, if you want to study some replays. Always a good thing to do. Always want to be studying those pros. Helps so much. Watching these casts is a good way to start to learn the style a player goes for, but if you really want to get down to some really good build order analysis, you really want to get those replays, really start to examine what exactly these players do in these kinds of matchups. And in this matchup, we're going to be seeing Tyler going to be showing off a little bit of his PvP as well as TT1. I haven't actually seen any of these replays before, so I don't know who is going to be winning this match. No idea who is going to be winning. We're going to be hoping it's LiquidTyler today, though, just because we're watching Team Liquid games and we want to see Team Liquid getting the wins. Yeah, Team Liquid. All right. Looks like both players so far very identical in build. Tyler just now throwing down his first gas geyser. TT1 not throwing down any gas quite yet. Looks like he might. There we go. One gas going down surprisingly late, actually. That was actually kind of a late gas geyser. I'm not really sure why he neglected that gas geyser for so long. Looks like their gateways are just about evenly timed. Assimilator just now completing here for Tyler. He's going to start to mine that gas. Going to have up a little bit earlier gas than his opponent will. Looks like he's now going to be scouting, both players going to be scouting into each other's bases. TT1 just now reaching the main of Tyler, and Tyler just now reaching the main of TT1. Looks like TT1 going to be forcing Tyler out of the base. We do have the cybernetics core now going down for both players. It is just about identically timed, as we can see. Looks like Tyler's might be about 4 seconds ahead of TT1's, but that is not too big of a deal. Of course, in like super close like team competitive matches, you always want to be very aware of those kinds of things. Those are the kind of things you want to examine when you watch your own replays. If you're watching a PvP, say, and you want to know why your units are always, your army's just a little bit smaller, well, sometimes you need to go back and see, maybe did my opponent get his cybernetics core out just a little bit faster? Did he get a gateway out just a little bit faster? How did he do so? Why? Why is mine just a little bit behind? Because a lot of players might not think that 4 seconds would be very much, but in a competitive game, if you start to kind of slack off on lots of different little things like that, if your cybernetics core is just a few seconds late, then maybe your stalker is just a few seconds late, then maybe you forget a probe for a few seconds, and that messes up your build a little bit more, then eventually these things can start to add up, and so you want to be building things and you want to be producing things very crisply on time, and if things are late, you want to start to really examine your replays and try to figure out why things are coming late. That's another very good thing that you can pick up from watching a lot of pro replays. By watching a lot of pro replays, you can see how fast does my opponent get things. When my opponent, for example, goes for a 4-gate, maybe the typical 4-gate hits around the 6-minute and 30-second mark, but mine hits around the 7-minute mark, and I can't figure out why. You want to go back into your replays and figure out what is causing everything to be so delayed, and that's one good way to do it. Getting lots of them replays downloaded, watching lots of replays at home. Now we do have a little bit of a deviation finally going down, as Tyler is now throwing down the robotics facility, while TT1 continuing to throw down more and more gateways. We do see that warp gate research now finishing up for both players, going to be finishing just about evenly now. We have a very interesting move here from TT1 as the Twilight Council is now coming down. I am going to assume that is most likely going to be for Blink Stalker play. That can be very strong. Looks like a couple of pylons now going down at the front of Tyler's base. More pylons actually going down. Looks like TT1 here going to be trying to get very aggressive, and we do not even have that robotics facility done yet, so no immortals are going to be on the way. Of course, if Tyler can get those immortals out in time, he's going to be able to hold off stalkers very well. Immortals very good at supporting and defending against blink stalkers, but I don't know if he's going to be able to get it out in time, but it looks like he's doing a good job of denying the pylons. TT1 actually not putting the best pylon placement right now, as I think that might have actually been a fake. I don't think he was actually going to try to go for that aggression, as he was just trying to force his opponent to produce more units than he would really want to. Maybe spend some Chrono Boost as he would not want to, as he did manage to have to spend a little bit of Chrono Boost there on his robotics facility. We do see now a third gateway is going down here. More Stalkers now moving across the map here for TT1, as Blink is now on the way, and it is getting Chrono Boosted out. If we check out the Harvester count right now, we can see that Tyler is down 31 to 27 right now, so TT1 gonna have the slightly better economy. Fourth gateway now going down here for TT1, following an expansion Nexus, which did go down. Looks like TT1 gonna try to deny this natural expansion of Tyler's while he takes his and try to get ahead in the econ. In the meantime, though, this observer gonna move across, gonna know exactly what TT1 is gonna be going for, and he's gonna know from that that TT1 is not gonna be fully really committing to this attack. This is just gonna be a little bit of false pressure there to deny this expansion from going down. So Tyler just gonna be able to produce a few units here and push out here very soon, because he's gonna know that there's not just a huge army outside at his opponent's base. And there we go. It looks like that Tyler is going to be going straight for that Nexus, does manage to scout that Nexus, gonna most likely start saving up money to get down that expansion of his own. TT1 does now have Blink completed. We do see that Tyler researching Blink, now Chrono Boosting that Blink research as well for himself, and now just going to be saving up some resources, I would almost bet. No, it actually looks like he's going to be producing more units here. Is Tyler actually going to go for a big attack here and try to deny this expansion from going down? I think that is exactly what Tyler is going to be doing here. As we can see, he's producing a lot of Stalkers right now. Stalkers are going to do lots and lots of damage. That's something you get when you want to do lots of damage. You want to have lots of Zealots out at the front to take damage, but you want these Stalkers to really dish the damage. The Immortal will also be very helpful in dishing the damage, and looks like he's going to just try to go for a big break and try to break this natural expansion here of TT1. Notice TT1 produced a lot of sentries out on the field that he got while he produced this Nexus. While he was saving up enough minerals to get this Nexus up and running, produced lots of sentries because they are gas heavy but very light in terms of minerals, and now Tyler's moving out with a very intimidating looking force here. Food count pretty much dead even right now, as TT1, notice he's started to invest a lot more in harvesters. 39 harvesters to 29. That's 10 harvesters. That is 500 minerals. If you think about it, a lot of players will look at that and go, oh, TT1's just way ahead right now. But if you think about it, TT1 spent an extra 500 resources that Tyler did not, and now Tyler is bearing down on TT1's base. So his army is going to be 500 resources stronger. Beautiful force fields now going down here for TT1 though, but Tyler going to be blinking straight over those force fields, continuing to try to focus down units as quickly as he can, focusing down Stalkers as quickly as he can. This Immortal getting stuck in the force fields back here, and now Tyler continuing to push forward. There is one pylon that is now in a forward position, but it is not complete here. Tyler moving forward with a lot of units. TT1 pulling off a lot of probes off the line here, and I don't know who's going to be able to win this. This is going to be a very, very close fight here, as Tyler's units are going down so quickly, and Tyler continuing to rally more Blink Stalkers down to the base. Lots of probes now going down, trying to focus down as many of those probes as he can. That's exactly what he needs to be doing, because he wants to reduce the economy of his opponent. Looks like he's going to be getting ready to take an expansion of his own here, as he is now being forced to pull back with all of these Blink Stalkers, as he leaves this observer at the front. If we check out the harvester count right now, he did actually manage to even out the harvester count. 31 harvesters to 28 right now, so that wasn't actually that bad of an exchange there for Tyler. On the production tab, we can see that he is now going to be getting his Nexus. Going to be a little ways before he can get that up, but as we can see, he's actually lost a lot more resources than his opponent right now. As on the resources tab, he is currently up. Going to be trying to go in once more, trying to deal a little bit more damage, trying to be aggressive here, but TT1 currently has that Blink as well, so he will be able to deny these Blink Stalkers from dealing too much damage. There is an observer here in position to be able to give Tyler some sight up onto the high ground if he does want to try to blink into the base, but Tyler just pulling back, not in a good position right now. 55 food, 279. TT1 is currently way ahead in the food count. In the harvester count, he's actually starting to get way ahead too. 41 harvesters to 28. That is, of course, because he has two Nexi pumping out those probes, while Tyler still only has just one, and he actually has a lot of energy right now saving up on his Nexus. I think that's actually an intentional move. I don't think that that's a mistake by Tyler. I think he's actually saving up a lot of Chrono Boost in case his opponent decides to go for any kind of big aggression. He can start Chrono Boosting out these Warp Gates and get lots and lots of units, so he's just playing it safe right now. We do see that the natural expansion is now up here for Tyler. He does have one Immortal out on the field, but this is a lot of Blink Stalkers now coming up here for TT1, and he's just going to be poking in, checking on that expansion, and then pulling right back. That is something that Blink Stalkers allow you to do. This is something you always want to do. Once you get that Blink Stalker tech up and running, you want to start to leave your slower army units back at home while you be very active with these Stalkers, much like Zerg players do with Zerglings. You always want to be active, very, very active with your Blink Stalkers, constantly scouting, poking at your opponent, trying to be aggressive, trying to look for weaknesses and chinks in your opponent's armor. Tyler now going to be transferring some workers down here to his natural expansion, still way behind in the harvester count, 35 harvesters to 47. This is the point where this harvester count for TT1 is really going to be paying off. I believe that he has now been mining on this natural expansion long enough to really have paid off for this Nexus. Really going to start to see that boom in his economy, in his army size, as he's now moving out with a huge army. Looks like he's going to start to take down the destructible debris to start to take his gold base here, and Tyler, I think, is actually going to be in a lot of trouble. Is Tyler going to lose this match? God, I hope not, because this is the last game I'm going to be casting for today, and I really want to see Team Liquid take one more win on my stream on the day that I am casting Team Liquid games. But I don't know. This army from TT1 is starting to look really intimidating. Still about 30 food ahead of his opponent. We do see that a forge is now down here for TT1. Researching that +1 ground weapons. We do see that Tyler now chrono boosting all of his warp gates, trying to get lots more units out on the field. If there's one thing I can say about Tyler right now is that he's going for a much leaner build in terms of his buildings. He's got a lot less buildings, so he's going to have a much bigger army size compared to TT1, as TT1 invested a lot more resources into getting up those production structures. Tyler definitely going to need to get up some more production structures here very soon if he's going to want to be able to deal with this big of an attack here from TT1. TT1 opting not to blink up into the main right now. Looks like Tyler did manage to spot the observer, take it out, but the gold expansion is now going here for TT1. Now, I should note that Tyler does have a small window of opportunity here in which he can attack. His opponent just sunk 400 resources into getting this Nexus down. That means that that is going to be 400 less resources that he will have built into his army. So Tyler is actually going to have a slight window here where his army will actually be about as big as it can be against TT1's, and it looks like he's going to try to take advantage. TT1 actually throwing down more and more gateways right now. I do not know about this choice here from TT1. This is going to pay off if he can defend this attack that's coming now from Tyler. He's going to do well in the long term, but Tyler is moving out with a rather large force right now. Lots and lots of zealots. Beautiful force fields going down here for TT1, trapping a lot of zealots here, forcing Tyler to fight, forcing him into this engagement, and now Tyler going to be blinking up onto the high ground there, and he's going to be so strong because he's holding this Xel'Naga watchtower, and TT1 actually cannot see the stalkers, and I just hit the back button. Fantastic. We are going to watch that engagement one more time as Tyler moves in. Beautiful force fields actually going down by Tyler. Actually, those force fields went down, and now TT1 trapping Tyler's zealots in using his own force fields, and now Tyler going to be blinking up onto that high ground. This time I am going to push the right button. There we go. As we can see, TT1 cannot actually shoot those stalkers because he doesn't have control of the Xel'Naga watchtower to be able to see up onto that high ground. Tyler actually going to be blinking down here, trying to do so much damage right now, but TT1 with the higher immortal count I think might actually be able to break this right now as he's blinking forward, focusing down those immortals, and Tyler is not going to be in the best of positions right now to be able to deal with this, and I think TT1 might have just taken this game. It looks like, yes, Tyler is going to lose the bulk of his attack force. TT1 now moving across the map, going to have a lot of forces, and Tyler is going to leave out of the game. Good lord, that is not a good way to end the day of streaming, but I promise you more Team Liquid replays tomorrow, as I think I am going to upload a few more of these Team Liquid replays because I want to see some more games from these amazing Team Liquid players. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you guys so much for watching. Happy New Year to all of you. Please check me out on Twitter at twitter.com/GLiTCHStarCraft. Please also check out my stream, as I am going to start streaming every single day during the month of January. Come check me out. Gonna be streaming 5 days a week anyway, Monday through Friday, probably starting at 8 p.m. right after day 9 finishes up. So check me out there at twitch.tv/GLiTCHStarCraft. And yeah, that's gonna do it for me, guys. Here's to a new year of casting and lots of amazing StarCraft 2 games. Thanks again for watching, guys. GG! Glitch